Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some major Pokemon Legends EA news to go over. A ton of media outlets got to play the game last week for an hour. There's loads of new gameplay footage, loads of brand new details. We're going to break everything down today. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's quickly go over some brand new Pokemon Legends EA screenshots. Then we're going to take a look at the gameplay, and then we're going to go over basically media outlets, kind of descriptions of the game and what they found when they played it. So, these are the new screenshots. So, we've got PokeExperto tweeting out saying new stock images of Pokemon Legends EA released in international game previews. So, the first image confirms Mega Rogue Victory Bell, or Rogue Mega Victory Bell, should I say, in Pokemon Legends EA. We do have some gameplay footage of this later on, but it's around level 34, so it's not crazy far into the game when you do fight this Rogue Mega Evolution. This, I assume, is what happens when you beat the Mega Victory Bell, so obviously you get the Mega Stone, and it takes place in this sort of, I don't even know where it is, it's like a little circular sort of area, you got a street behind it and stuff. The next image, as if this person, just, I guess, with a Swablu in battle at night, just part of the ZA Royale. And then the last image is actually quite interesting. We have Jet welcoming us to Lumiose City. So it's not the professor or anybody like that. It's Jet saying, welcome to Lumiose City, where people and Pokemon flourish together. So the startup screen, when you're like choosing your character and choosing what they look like and putting in your name and everything like that, it's actually Jet that welcomes you into the Lumiose City. We then have a couple more images to quickly go over. More Pokemon Legends EA stock images released in international preview of the game. This, I believe, is at the very start of the game. We've got Totodile, Tepig, and Chikorita. And obviously, this is the outfit that we enter Lumiose in. We have like a white sort of t-shirt or like a white sort of jumper thing, and then some blue jeans. And then we obviously meet Tawny or whoever you meet, like your rival, obviously, depending on your gender. And then the next image is more ZA Royale stuff, where we're still in the kind of character's original clothes, so we haven't joined Team MZ yet. Also, there's no Totodile here, so I assume that this person's picked Totodile, and then these are just the 2-star Pokemon left over. We then have this image here of just, I don't even think this one's new, I think we've seen this in a previous trailer. And then we have this image here where she has actually picked the Totodile. This is where we, I guess, this is when we go to the hotel. And obviously Tawny takes as AC Eternal Floette, you say AZ, all these kind of characters, and this is basically the start of the game. So we enter Lumiose, we sort of bump into Tawny or your Bane, again depending on your gender, pick our starter, and then we go to the Hotel Z. So those are the new stock images for Pokemon Legends EA. Moving on, there's so much new gameplay footage to break down. This was posted on the VGC YouTube channel, but basically it's just one of the media outlets that got to play the game. I think this is on Cerebi. I think it's on like Nintendo Life as well. A load of different media outlets got to play it, and it's all the same sort of footage. Basically, Nintendo gave them this footage and said, describe the game whilst obviously putting this over your like talking and stuff. So let's take a look at the gameplay. So this is Wild Zone 6. We can see that Baneri spawns there. Also the team at the bottom left, Chikorita, Floette, Watchog, Gyarados, and Pavilion. Just still interesting how they will not show any footage of us evolving our starter Pokemon. It also says travel spot registered as well when you go into a new Wild Zone. As you can see, it does say Wild Zone 6 on the left. So obviously we have us running around here. Obviously it's taken on the Switch 2, which is why it runs very well, and it's why the frames per second are very, very good. Couple of shops there that obviously you can kind of buy things from, and this is one of the battles that kind of commences. So you take out the Watchog, and then Houndour sort of like comes out and then starts going for you. Pokemon can attack you in this game just like Legends Arceus, and then another Houndour sort of joins the fight and starts attacking you as well. Obviously the Watchog is taking on these two Houndours at the exact same time. It's knocked out one of them, hence why the stars have kind of popped up on its face, and then obviously it disappears. And then obviously it's just using like Crunch and Bite and stuff, shows you the sort of move in the bottom, on the right hand side of the screen, showing you like the order and everything. And then obviously you've got the cooldown in the bottom right. No, Watchog is not getting a Mega Evolution. As you can see in the bottom right, it does have the Mega Evolution kind of like gauge, but obviously it's not allowing you to Mega Evolve. So that's kind of like the first battle from this footage, and then of course you can catch the Pokemon, and then it just catches straight away, just registers in the Pokedex. Like I say, it doesn't go to any sort of Pokedex screen or anything, it just literally pops up saying, you know, new registered Pokemon. And then this is still Wild Zone 6, just showing a few of the Pokemon that pop up here, like Baneri and stuff. So that's the first bit of gameplay. I'll move on until we get some more gameplay. This is still the Houndour battle. This is the second bit of gameplay. So this is part of the ZA Royale, taking on a Pichu, just absolutely bodies that with Fletchinder's Flame Wheel. And then it sends out, a Cleffa comes out, again. This is one of the trainers you can fight during the ZA Royale. This is taken from the actual game. It's not just like random footage and stuff. So you will probably be fighting this trainer at some point. Again, Flame Wheel just absolutely just dominating, really. This thing is level 25 and the Cleffa is only level 18. And then, of course, when you win the battle, it does that big like shock sort of thing, showing that you've won. And then obviously the victory screen pops up, and then you move over here, you grab these sort of prize medals, which of course can be used for numerous different things, and also depending on how many prize medals you have, depends on how much money you get as well. Again, a lot of it is worth collecting. You just kind of pick it up all over the shop. We have another battle here. This time this person has a Spritzy, uses Fake Tears on your Totodile, has Water Gun, Bubble Beam, Bite, and Aqua Jet. I don't know if Totodile could learn Aqua Jet before. I can't remember off the top of my head. But Bubble Beam, Aqua Jet, Water Gun, and Bite. I assume a lot of the Pokemon in this game will have different move pools, just simply because it is a completely different kind of battle system. We have Roselia taking on a Staryu. Again, knocking out the Staryu. Confusion is in the game. It just said Roselia got confused. And the Binacle comes out. Again, you're still confused. I don't know what happens with Confusion in this game. I'm sure it'll explain it at some point. But Rock Throw, again, maybe you're just like not kind of the Pokemon's not following the trainer's instructions or something. Anyway, pops up with victory, and then it says 2 wins, W ranked opponent defeated. So these are going to be some of the trainers you take on during the W rank. And then we have this location here as well, which is in some sort of, I assume it's in some sort of like restaurant, because it looks like a chef's apron there. But anyway, he's got a Simisear against your Staryu, and it's using all these different moves. Protect looks really cool in this game. Bite uses Psybeam. Again, Bubble Beam, Aqua Jet on this Pokemon as well. Uses Flame Wheel, which looks really good. Knocks out the Simisear, and this is congratulations, now processing your promotion. So that was actually one of the promotion fights, which ranks you up from W to V. So that rank promotion is going to take place in this location, which again looks to be some sort of restaurant setting or something. We have another battle here against a Flaffy. We've got Pikachu taking it on with Spark, Charm, Thunderbolt, and Nuzzle. Again, I don't think we've seen the Pikachu sprite for this in the bottom left, which is kind of cool, but yeah, you can kind of see that now. Obviously, you can run from trainer battles as well. It does have that icon on the left, but some more battling going on with this Flaffy. Level 20s again, so it's going to be around that part of the game. And then collecting more coins, more prize medals, should I say. And then obviously it comes up with like random challenges as well, where it just said then like sneak up attack or whatever. We then have a Froakie there, which is interesting. Again, assuming these are able to be caught in the wild, we're pretty sure with the Kalos starters. And then we're taking on the Mega Victory Bell, because it is one of the rogue Pokemon in this game. That is now confirmed. So as you can see, it Mega evolves. It kind of like goes into this sort of crystal ball thing and then just kind of explodes out of it. And then we have Mega Victory Bell, which I think is around level 34. It also comes up with this information as well about plus moves, saying use moves as plus moves to increase their strength by draining some power from your Mega Ring. Only moves with a plus move mark can be used as plus moves. During battle, press the plus before choosing a move to use it as a plus move. When a Pokemon is Mega Evolved, its moves are automatically used as plus moves. So that's kind of the description now about plus moves. You're taking on this rogue Mega Evolution, though. You've got a Absol. They're using an Ariados. One of the trainers are part of the Team MZ. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. The person with the Scraggy. But it's very similar to the sort of Absol Mega Evolution fight, where you just kind of keep using loads of attacks on it, yada yada yada. As you can see, using the plus move. And then as you can see as well in your bottom right, your Mega Gauge is also filling up as you use these plus moves, and as these sort of like Mega Evolution crystals drop, you got to collect those. It makes you Mega Evolve faster. And then yeah, you've got this Pokemon, like I say, just attacking everything. And that's kind of that bit of gameplay there. Like I say, this game plays on a lot of different sort of online media outlets. It's the exact same gameplay every single time. Also has a Sableye as well as part of their team. I can't remember their name off the top of my head, but either way, that is all of the brand new gameplay today revealed for Pokemon Legends EA. Moving on, let's go over some new information regarding Pokemon Legends EA. So this was posted on HDvee, who was of course one of the media outlets that got to play this game. It was actually like a special event in the Eiffel Tower. It was in Paris at the weekend. So yeah, very jealous that these guys got to play this game in the Eiffel Tower. But anyway, let's go over some brand new information. So the first area we entered was Wild Zone 6 in the southeast part of Lumiose City. Here we were just let loose in the area to explore. It was a sizable wild zone with a fair bit to it, featuring a high street, basketball court, small access to the river, and the ability to climb up to the top of buildings. So as with Pokemon Legends Arceus, you have the ability to walk past and catch Pokemon simply by throwing a Pokeball, which is of course immensely satisfying, much like in the prior Legends game. As before, if they break out, they will target you. They did work well mostly, but I did notice something when trying to catch a sleeping Alpha Houndoom, where when I was locked onto it, the Pokeball would just hit the ground, meaning I had to manually aim and throw if I wanted to hit it. This is likely just due to the hitbox being perfect for the Pokemon, and the center point was unfortunately on the ground. Much like in Pokemon Legends Arceus, wild Pokemon will also spot you and react differently. Pokemon such as Houndour went for the attack, and like the previous Legends game, if they were angry and attacking, you can't just throw a Pokeball. You need to battle them. Other Pokemon such as Swablu would try to fly away and avoid combat. This continues with the ever-growing showcase of the ecology of Pokemon, and seeing it in a city environment is going to be fascinating. Alpha Pokemon were a bit of a challenge here. The team I had were level 20s, while the Alpha Pokemon I saw was a level 34 Houndoom, a level 33 Bionicle, and a level 42 Pikachu. So any Pokemon looks to be potential alpha in this game. This meant that the damage my Pokemon's moves were doing was minimal, even though I had super effective damage. Never in a battle before in Pokemon have I had to juggle healing items as much as in these battles, especially as while Pokemon from nearby kept joining in. But being able to use the obstacles in the city streets such as taxis, market stalls, etc. for cover definitely helped. I did eventually emerge victorious and caught all three of them. I will note though, one time I walked away a small distance to regroup, and when I returned, the wild Pokemon's hit points were all recovered. I also defeated the Houndoom once, and it dropped some experience candy. So if you do go too far away, they will fully heal, and if you defeat the Alpha Pokemon, they will potentially drop items sometimes. The wild Pokemon battles in general were quite illuminating. It actually started to show some of the strategy in the game, with some Pokemon using Protect right off the bat and basically requiring me to think more about everything I do in battle. This goes down to distance and positioning. At one point I was trying to battle a Swablu and it was flying too high up. My Pokemon's moves were just not hitting it as it was slightly too high. Obstacles included walls of buildings, also got in the way of attacks hitting, so you can use that for cover if needed. This adds a few extra layers of thought to the battle, so you can actually use the environment in this game to really defend yourself and stuff. So while playing this, we also got confirmation that there is a day-night cycle in the game, akin to that seen in Legends Arceus and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's neither real-time nor needing to be activated by something else. Partway through our session, it turned to night and the battle zone activated. So there is a day and night system. It's not real time. It'll just do it as it does it. Also, I was unable to find a shiny Pokemon in it, but I have a third-hand account of it. Unfortunately, I can't confirm first-hand if there are sparkles or sound word, but is that we may be very happy. But they are back. We know because of leaks that the sparkle sound is back. So I assume that someone played it here, got to actually find a shiny. With the Wild Zone, I was able to get a bit more of the sense of the scale with the game. While there is concern overall that the city is small from the size of the small area I was in, I'm not entirely worried about its size anymore. There seems to be something to find around every corner. I was removing obstacles with my Binacle's bubble beam to get some items hidden away. I was climbing rooftops to find wild Pokemon, so wild Pokemon just spawn everywhere here. And then in the Wild Zone itself, there was no Pokemon Center. If I wanted to heal my Pokemon, I either had to use items or I could get to a cafe where I could spend money for a drink, which would then heal the Pokemon. Also, remember, healing in this game is on a time cooldown as well. So during battles, you can't just spam potions. You have to wait for the cooldown, and then you can potion up again. I'm also very curious about the spawn system. The spawns I encountered matched what others in the preview session had, so I am questioning the randomization of the spawn system if everything is set. But it's looking to be more akin to the Pokemon Legends Arceus spawn system, where there's spawn points, and there's obviously a few options there. Other than Scarlet and Violet system, where everything is fully randomized within certain constraints with countless spawn points. Some of these spawns also came back over time, but I wasn't quite sure how to trigger this. This will be something we'll need to wait and see when the game comes out. Moving on, we've got the ZA Royale, which was also much later down the line in the previous demo. Inside, we got a full look at the mode. We had to face off a number of trainers to get 5,000 points for the rank up challenge. It was much more like, this was much like in the demo. But we got a full look at the tasks that are provided that can give you more points if you achieve them, akin to the Blueberry Quest and the Indigo Disc. These range from getting super effective strikes to using specific types of moves, so they're the kind of quests in this game. Like super effective moves, use a certain Pokemon, like typing, stuff like that, and that'll be the kind of quests and stuff that you have to do. The ZA Royale itself was a bit easy with the team we were given. We have a little over-leveled. It was basically a one-hit knockout against most of the Pokemon with super effective moves. They didn't really lose a Pokemon or receive too much damage. That's not to say it wasn't fun. It was just obviously over-leveled. This part of the preview ended with a battle against Rintaro. This was one of the battles that is needed to rank up. Rintaro's dream is to make his restaurant a three-star restaurant when he wins the ZA Royale and challenge simply with a Simisage and a Simipour. This actually felt more like a final gym battle than a simple battle. It was set in a battlefield. His restaurant and navigating it was fairly simple. As I had a varied team, I could switch to the Pokemon that was stronger against each one. I didn't face too big of a challenge. Mechanics were in the same as before, and with the team I was provided, I was able to switch in Pokemon at will to make it easier. So that's obviously the W rank, I think it was, that we covered earlier. Then, of course, it says the next segment was against the Rogue Mega Victory Bell. This battle was much like the Mega Absol one I talked about in the demo preview, but there was definitely more of a challenge here to the point that Naveen was also involved in the battle. That's his name. I had a team filled with Mega Evolution-capable Pokemon, including Houndoom, Absol, and Gardevoir, and with the Houndoom, I managed to deal with the combination of distance attacks with Ember and close-up attacks, including Fire Fang and Snarl, to do damage. Victory Bell did target my human character down more, and any damage... It says, any damage inflicted to my Pokemon did feel more like collateral damage than it being targeted down. It also had a massive field attack, which placed poison puddles through much of the area requiring navigation. If a Pokemon was hit by it, would be damaged and sometimes poisoned. I know that moves like Toxic Spikes basically just set them out on the field, and then if you walk over it, you then become poisoned. So you got to really watch out where your Pokemon are kind of going and stuff like that. Then went on to say, Pokemon's about to attack to make sure it avoided all the damage, and make sure to collect the Mega Energy that Mega Victory Bell released. And I ended up defeating the Victory Bell with these strategies, not losing a Pokemon, yada yada yada. You obviously get the Victory Bellite Mega Stone. However, I do know others in the preview session did struggle with it and lost to it, so challenges the eye of the beholder. So yeah, you obviously do get the Victory Bellite when you defeat the Rogue Mega Victory Bell. Then it says, with the battle systems and the battles against the Alphas in the Wild Zone, the rank up match against Rintaro, and the battle against Mega Victory Bell, I definitely got more of a feel with the battle system, and it really does seem like more than just go for the super effective attack. It does seem like that as well. It does seem like there's a lot more stuff that you kind of have to take into account, like using obstacles, using items at the right time, using moves at the right time, and everything like that. And then it goes on to say, stat buffs and debuffs seem to be able to be boosted, dropped once at a time, and last for a set amount of time before reverting to normal. You can't just keep spamming Growl to make a Pokemon's attack stat as low as it can be forever, and doing that will get your Pokemon severely damaged in the interim. They will be displayed above the Pokemon with a simple red arrow if boosted or blue down below. So basically, if you use Growl, it will last for a little bit of time, and then it will have like an attack blue arrow down, because obviously it's lost an attack stat. It's also worth noting that sleep is also not a status condition in Pokemon Legends ZA, but moves that inflict it have returned to the drowsy status condition from Pokemon Legends Arceus. As noted and discovered before as well, there are no abilities, but hold items are in this game, so that adds an extra element. I'm definitely starting to see the battle system in a different light, yada yada yada. And then it says, we also got to have a look at the trainer customization enough, even though we got to look at the training customization, even though we couldn't go into the boutiques to have a look and see what there is. The options that we were given were plentiful. It makes for a stark contrast from the uniforms of Scarlet and Violet. It's also worth noting that evolution works just like in Pokemon Legends Arceus. So basically, if a Pokemon can evolve, you'll just go into your menu and then manually evolve it. And then as well as that, it goes on to say, TM moves being available from there, allowing for much quicker ease for checking a Pokemon's moveset. When our Chikorita evolved into Bayleaf, it gained an idea for Giga Drain, and from the menu I just taught it the move. It's very quick and efficient, and that move came in very handy against the Alpha Binacle I was trying to fight. So there you go, that's basically like better quality of life in regards to like TMs and level up moves and stuff like that. Really, really like that. And it says performance and presentation. I was playing the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of the game, pre-release, yada yada yada. So yeah, a lot of new details about Pokemon Legends ZA in that kind of article from HDvee. But yeah, it looks like everybody was quite optimistic about it. Obviously the gameplay looks fantastic. I'm so excited for this game, and yeah, I wasn't expecting these articles to come out today, but this is good times, man. We are very close to the game. We're literally just over 20 days away. But either way, that's everything for today's video. A bit of a long one. I do apologize, but there's a lot of stuff to get through with the gameplay and obviously the articles and stuff. But either way, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.